So growing up in the city, looking back now, I think I was very much disconnected. You know, although I didn't think of it at the time, where my life is now, growing my food, foraging, learning about the plants around me and the medicinal plants, has really reconnected me, and it's an empowering journey that I'm so proud of, that I've been able to do this. And as I learn more about the native plants around me and medicinal plants, the more sort of liberating and empowered I feel. It makes you feel so resilient, and it gives you this grounding to know the wisdom and the stories of the plants around you. It does make you almost feel like your roots are growing stronger along with the plants, which is a beautiful feeling, and one that I was definitely sort of lacking in my sort of mid-20s. And it seems as if you guys are really interested in medicinal herbs and all things herbalism too, and that's great, because as I learn it, I like to share what I'm learning along the way. So just looking at the view count on recent videos of when I've done stuff on herbalism, it's incredible to see that there's so many people interested. So today's video is going to be more on that topic that I'm so passionate about. I'm going to be showing you how to make tinctures, or how I make tinctures. Tinctures for me are the most convenient way to utilize the powers of medicinal plants. It also preserves them, and it's so easy to do. So that's what we're going to get into today. We're going to make some plant medicine in the form of tinctures. Firstly, here's why I wish I kept herbal remedies at home throughout my life. Keeping them is being prepared. It's staying connected to our health in a simple, natural way. Herbs can help with everyday things like calming your nerves, easing digestion, or boosting your immune system, without always jumping straight to strong medications. It's a way to care for yourself gently and consistently. For example, I used to suffer with anxiety in my early 20s, and I was given a drug to take to ease the symptoms, but I didn't know about the powers of plants, and I could have taken things like passion flower or lemon balm or chamomile or lavender to sort of gently ease the stresses and the anxiety through the form of an infusion or making a tincture. I think this would have suited me more than something stronger at the time anyway. These practices feel so much more gentler on the system and have a natural calming effect through the process of making them as well. That said, a little disclaimer for you: herbalism isn't about replacing modern medicine. Herbalism for me is more about support and prevention over cure. But, you know, of course, if you've got something serious going on, you've got to seek professional medical advice. And I think the two can work really well together. Herbalism is about listening to your body early and often, and having the empowering feeling of knowing you can treat simple, mild ailments at home with herbs. So this video, as I said, is all about making tinctures, how I make tinctures. But what is a tincture? Well, I like to think of it as a little bottle of herbal magic. This is a potent liquid. This one in particular is yarrow, and this one is damiana. Two incredible herbs. Essentially, you soak herbs in a high strength alcohol, or you can use something like vegetable glycerin, and you let it steep for about 6 weeks. And during that time, all the medicinal compounds of the herbs will seep into that liquid, creating a really powerful, potent, shelf-stable and convenient way to preserve and use herbal medicine. So making tinctures could not be simpler. First up, you need to select what herb or herbs you want to turn into a tincture. That could be, maybe you need to preserve some herbs for longer, or you've got an ailment that you want targeting. So today, I'm going to be making a tincture with elderberry. Elderberries are renowned for their antiviral properties, especially in reducing the severity and duration of colds and flus. So with winter coming up, I think it's really important for us to be prepared as a family. We'll make this elderberry tincture today that will boost our immune systems. What I've got in my jar is half full of dried elderberries that I picked, and I'm going to just cover them over with, either you can use alcohol, or I'm using vegetable glycerin because we have a baby on the way. Tegan, my partner, is going to be breastfeeding. She doesn't want any alcohol in her lifestyle, so vegetable glycerin is a great way to make a tincture without using alcohol. It may not preserve the tincture for as long, but it will still be able to pull out the potent medicinal properties in the elderberries. So there is my elderberry tincture with vegetable glycerin on its way. I did let down the vegetable glycerin a little bit with some distilled or filtered water just to thin it a little bit because it's very thick. And this now needs to sit in my herbal apothecary cabinet for about 4 to 6 weeks. The longer the better, really. And if you shake it as often as you can, that's going to help bring out all the goodness from those elderberries. Once it's infused, that's the time when you would strain it into your bottles. And we'll show you that after. This is true richness for me, beyond any materialistic thing. Being able to know what plants can do for us, being able to utilize my homegrown and home-dried herbs for making my own medicine, that is true richness, and I'm so proud of it. And I just want to share how easy it is for people to do it as well. Now, we've just made a tincture using a single herb, elderberry. I want to make a blend now. So I'm going to make a blend that's going to target things like anxiety and stress. So I'm going to use some calming herbs in this blend. I'm going to be using my dried lemon balm, which grows just like a weed in my garden and in many parts of the world, just like a weed. I'm also going to introduce some chamomile, some passion flower, and some lavender. It's really simple, just like the elderberry. The only thing is I'm following a recipe, and it's really important when you're doing a herbal blend for a tincture, make sure that you're following a tried and tested recipe so you can get the right ratios of herbs. I'm going to be adding 2 parts lemon balm to 1 part chamomile, 1 part passion flower, and 1/4 part lavender. I work out the parts just on the weights of the herbs, so I'll be using a digital weighing scale. Once I've blended the herbs, I'll add them to my jar, and this time I'm going to be pouring over vodka. The high strength alcohol will really preserve this tincture, making it last for many years to come, and it will be so convenient to take on the go if I'm ever feeling anxious, maybe before a talk or an event. I've got this little potent calming tincture to hand. So a couple things to watch out for when you're making tinctures. Obviously, keep an eye on them. They're going to be in there for 4 to 6 weeks. Make sure everything is submerged beneath the liquid. Obviously, they're going to absorb some of that liquid and they're going to get bigger in terms of volume in there. So you may need to top them up with a little bit more alcohol or glycerin every now and then. Shake them as much as you can. But the reason I added those particular herbs in my anxiety relieving tincture, lemon balm for a start, it is uplifting, it's calming, really, really calming. And it also soothes the nerves. Passion flower is really great for a busy, overthinking mind. It promotes a calm focus. And then chamomile, that will really relax the body. It will ease any digestion-related anxiety. And you know, chamomile is always suggested if you have trouble sleeping or have a restless mind at night, so it's great for that too. And lavender will calm restlessness and uplift your mood. Now, after 4 to 6 weeks of infusing, it will be time to strain the liquid or strain out the herbs into a bottle. I'm going to do that now with some tinctures I already have on the go. When making tinctures, really important to make sure every bit of equipment is super clean. Ideally, you would sterilize it in some boiling water like I have done with my little tincture bottles, which I just bought online. Often they'll come with a mini funnel as well, which makes it really easy to get the liquid inside the tiny bottles. Like making a really good sauce in the kitchen, you want to squeeze all the juice that's in these herbs to get that potent liquid out. And there we have another tincture to add to my collection. This is a passion flower one, just pure passion flower. So this will be really good for easing any stresses or anxiety. And I'll label this up and get it into my collection. I also have a valerian tincture to process now. Valerian is a wonderful herb that we're growing in the garden now. If you have any trouble sleeping, this is the one for you. However, some people have the opposite effect. It makes them a little bit more awake. So you have to test it out. But these are some incredible herbs. I'm so proud to be able to learn them and to know them. And alcohol-based tinctures will last 5+ years if stored in a cool, dark place. The vegetable glycerin ones will last about 1 to 2 years, but just keep an eye on them. So how do I take tinctures? Now, obviously it depends on what herb tincture it is, but something like this valerian root tincture that will help me go off to sleep gently. Before going to bed, I'll add a couple of dropperfuls to a glass of water and drink it. Certain tinctures I don't mind the flavour and I'll pop them under my tongue, but it's really important to refer to a clinical herbalist or your herbalism book guide as to how much of your tinctures, what kind of dosage you need to take, and it all depends on the herb as well. Wow, it's so good being in the garden at the minute. There's so many medicinal plants that I've cultivated and planted over the years now, and they also bring in so many beautiful pollinators. Nature loves them too, like this mullein, which is my favourite medicinal plant at the moment. It's followed me around actually. I see it in the cracks of the pavements and on the side of the railway lines when I'm on the train. And this is something I'll feature in a full video in the future because it's one of my favourites to learn about at the minute. But herbalism is giving me that sense of grounding. It's making me feel whole. It's connecting me to almost the people before me, it seems. And I'm loving this journey. I really am. It's something I'm going to keep on at and learn as much as I can about it because I'm able to fend for myself a lot of the time, I feel anyway, with sort of common ailments at home where I would have once gone for a ibuprofen or a paracetamol that didn't actually make me feel that much better anyway, but I'm able to prevent things nowadays with the help of the herbs that I grow and forage. What a luxury. I'm so grateful. But it's the way in which humans have always done it in the past. So I'm just relearning, and that is the most grounding feeling I've ever experienced. I hope that you can take some inspiration from my journey, from being so disconnected to now feeling more connected than ever, thanks to nature. And let's hope that this new wave of people becoming more connected through cooking, through growing, through herbalism keeps on gaining more popularity. If you like this video, please like it, please subscribe, please follow me on Instagram, and I've released a whole sort of cookbook of homesteading recipes called Plant to Plate, which you can now get by clicking the link beneath this video. Always thank you for the support, and I'll see you soon with a new video. The information I shared in this video is for education purposes only. Herbal remedies can be a supportive part of wellness, but they are not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis or treatment. Always consult a qualified healthcare provider before starting any new herbal product, especially if you're pregnant, nursing, have a medical condition, or are taking prescription medications. Use herbs responsibly and seek medical attention for any serious or ongoing health concerns.